Factorizing by grouping, as we can use this to factorize a four-term expression. We group them into pairs, and then we can factorize them separately and find the highest common factor between them. So the example here, we've got x squared plus 3x minus 2x. If we put together the first pairing and factor out the x, we're left with x plus 3. And if we take the second pairing, which really we should think of as negative 2x minus 2, negative 2 is the factor we factor out, and then we get these two ideas, in which we did in the last chapter. We then take the highest common factor of x plus 3 and x plus 3 and multiply that by x minus 2. Terms can be rearranged so we can find a common factor. So these ones we'll just do in order, which is really cool. So we've got x squared plus 2x. That's going to be our first group, plus 3x plus 6. That's going to be our second group. So what can we factor out of the first one? It looks like x times x plus 2 would give us expanded x squared plus 2x. And then to that we add the common factor here between 3 and 6 is 3, leaving us 1x plus 2. And now we have a common factor of x plus 2. So we'll take x plus 2 as the common factor. And then to that, we will multiply by, what have we got next? X plus 3, and that gives us our factorizing by grouping. Similarly, we'll take these in order, x squared plus 3x, and if it doesn't work in order, then you might need to rearrange them. And I'm going to put plus and treat that as a group. Negative 5x minus 15. We got two groups there. Okay. So what can we factor out here? Again, between x squared and x, it looks like we have x as a common factor, leaving us x plus 3. And now what is the common factor between negative 5x and negative 15? Here's what I'm going to put negative 5. Now, negative 5 times x would give us negative 5x, and negative 5, so 5 times 3, but it's negative, so that's going to be a positive 3. And if you're in doubt, work them out and see if you get the answer above, and we do. And now we've got a common factor of x plus 3. Really cool, right? So we have x plus 3, and then we're going to multiply that by x minus 5, and now we factorize. If we look at this one, we need to do some reordering of these four because there isn't a common factor between 2x squared minus 9. So let's look at what we got, and let's see if we can reorder this lot so that it makes sense. There's more than one way to do this, but I want to try and find a common factor if we were to reorganize it to 2x squared plus x, let's see, minus 18x minus 9. I think that's going to give us some common factors. So with this one here, with this first grouping, I cannot take out two x's, but I can take out one of the x's. So if I take that out, I get 2x plus 1, because x times 1 would be x. And then if I have negative 18x minus 9, if I take out negative 9, that leaves me with positive 2x, because negative 9 times 2x would be negative 19, plus 1, because negative 9 plus 1 will give me, yeah, it works. So now, I've got this. I've got these common factors, so I have 2 x's plus 1, and then I'm left with another x minus 9, and I have factorized it, and it works. Another way that you can do it, if you are in the mood, let's try and do it with, we've got our original 2x squared minus 9 minus 18x plus x, but let's put it in the order of 2x squared minus 18x, so there will be a common factor in there, plus x minus 9. A little trickier this way, but it still works. So out of this one, I can get, what is a common factor? I can actually take 2x out of this, can I? And that'll leave me with an x minus a 9. Thinking if we multiplied that, that would give me 2x squared. If we multiplied that, it would give me minus 18x. And then to that, we're going to add, now this is tricky. What is the common factor between x and 9? I know it's a bit cheatsy, but it works. There's 1 times x minus 9. And sure enough, now we have x minus 9 as a common factor times 2x plus that mystery 1 that we had before. And as you can see, we get the same answer.